It's been
hectic, hectic. Hello, Boxmaster. How do you do? You know what? I think IG is just being weird today. Because I mean, how many times? Yes. Hello.
Hi, my sister. Finally, I'm fine, and you?
Hi. How are you? Yeah, finally, we are live. I think IG is just being
Yeah,
weird today.
that was
I
good.
don't know.
By the way, you look beautiful.
Instagram. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me tell you one thing about winter. Winter just, it's my month. It's my peak. It's my month, dude. Everything goes right winter. For me, everything. So even my skin, Jay, yeah, the bright, because it's
I
winter.
love the confidence.
So thank you.
Can you hear some kind of weird sounds? Okay, if you can hear, it's
No,
okay, cause
I can't.
no, it's fine. You had a good day.
Yes, I had a very good day. I'm preparing for an event we're hosting tomorrow, so I don't look excited, but I am so excited it's ridiculous. Like I can't wait. So I had a good day preparing for tomorrow. Wena, how are you? How was your day?
Wait, like the event tomorrow is broker, right? Is it specifically for men?
Yes.
Why is that
Yes.
important? What's gonna be the main
So
topic
it's
that
yoga.
day?
So the main topic is just going to be the different challenges that men face from a mental health perspective. What are men going through and how are we going to get a solution and move forward? So that's going to be secondary to the actual yoga practice that we're going to do. And the sequence is tailored specifically for men. So
So
it's a
you're
men's day
hosting the
tomorrow,
event and
basically.
you also like speaking there, right?
No, I'm not going to speak. I'm just teaching. My co-hosts, they're the ones who are going to be speaking and contributing to the chat. Because I feel like I can only say so much because I'm not a man. So I don't know the different challenges that you guys really, really face. So I feel like my contribution to the chat is going to be a bit limited as opposed to my co-hosts because they know exactly what it feels like. They know way more than I do. So they're going to be doing the
So like,
talking. I'm just going to
can
teach.
someone attend
Yeah.
and not do yoga? Like maybe for the session, just the listening session only?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's about just holding space. Like it's about being in a space where you feel free, you feel safe. If you don't want to be part of the practice, that's cool. Ungasibukela, usikhalele, you know. But, um, but if I phone out, oh, it is what it is, you know. So, but the bigger chat is the actual conversation, and that's the greater priority of
Tell
the
me,
whole
like,
entire event.
where do you get the patience, like, to, let's say I'm new to yoga. Obviously, my bones are still stiff. I can't move right. Where do you get the patience to, like, just take me step by step? How don't you sometimes get irritated?
Uh, you know, this is gonna sound so cliche, right? But I was chosen for this path. So all the patience I need, I have it. You know, it's not something I have to think about. I'm just patient. But off the mat,
You
that's a different conversation. When I'm not at
you
work,
lie.
it's something completely different. But on the mat, as a teacher, ngiyakutshela, oh, ngiyakutshela, I'm telling you. But on the mat, as a teacher, I have all the patience I need. And I think with yoga as a practice, you not just, I'll see where do you get what I'm saying? Whoever sent you to go into the practice is going to be with you. And in my case, I was sent by God. So God is always with me in my practice. So half of the time, it's just free flowing. And
When
I
did
don't
you
have to
learn
think
about
about
yoga?
much.
Let's
You
start
know.
there.
Ngaqala 2014. So that was a very long time ago, actually, now that I think about it. So next year, since it's going to be
Oof,
2024, it's
yeah.
going to be 10 years. Hectic. Yeah, it's going to be 10 years since I've been
How's the
familiar with the
journey been
practice.
like?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in some periods where you feel like, nah, this thing, like, it's not working out for me? Let it go. Or have you been like just joyous all along?
Oh, it's been up and down, because I was exposed to the practice in 2014, and then I was very much on and off until 2020, beginning of 2020, before COVID and all of that. I was very on and off. And then 2020, I think it was Feb, I was like, you know what, let's commit. And I think I've been committed ever since. But before that, I was on and off. And please, if I tell you how many times I've gotten hurt and injured, and I've been stagnant. And so it's not linear, and it hasn't been like joyride the whole time. It's actually quite challenging. So I'd say it's
What kept you
been
going? Like,
up
for,
and down.
okay, let me understand this.
Mm.
For you, are you doing this to be flexible, or like, is it a mental thing? Why are you doing yoga in the first place?
Yoga brings me closer to God, and that's probably the only reason why I've been consistent. I think with flexibility, I've always been flexible, hey, and I'm never gonna lie about that. I've always known how to do a split. I would, you know. So So flexibility is not, it's not like I'm not amused by it at all. It's just like, oh, you can do that? Cool. There's so much more to the practice than flexibility and mobility and all of that. For me personally, it's just made my journey with God more blissful, and I've learned to understand myself in spirit through the
Are you
practice.
baptized?
I think that's why I've
Born
been
again?
consistent. Yeah. Yes, I have been baptized. I was baptized a very long time ago. Probably before you were born, I was baptized. I was baptized a while ago. Yeah, Jada, a very long time ago. So I am Christian, and I resonate with the Christian faith. And that's the cool thing about yoga, is that it's not a religion. You don't pray to anyone but your God. And when we are kids, so it's a very
Okay,
personal
so
journey
you
for
as a trainer,
everyone.
I believe like right now you are like on a different level. Like you're not like the beginners. So don't you ever like, get a bit disturbed when like you want to reach a certain level, but you have to come back and teach these people how to like take step 3? But like like you're in spirit now, you're feeling it. You just wanna like, I don't know what they call it, asanas or what.
Yeah. You know what? My practice and my
Oh,
work are two different things. Two very, very different things. So when I'm teaching, I'm a teacher and I don't think about anything else. And I don't do yoga for anyone else but for the clients. And then when I'm doing it on my own, that's a completely different practice. So I've been able to separate the two. Yeah, so I
I
don't struggle at all. Mm. But I do get scared sometimes. I get a bit scared because I'm just like, should we try this? Am I okay with it? Or because people are,
yeah.
we are stronger than we think, And sometimes you get a bit hesitant and you're just like, should I do this? Should I not do this? So, Mina, as the teacher, I also get a bit hesitant to, it's okay, are these people ready for this and that? And it's also just a mental thing, Nakona. So, that's a challenge on its own as a teacher who focuses on beginning yoga.
So for you
So,
to
it's
be
a
a
learning
teacher,
curve
did
for me
you
as well.
study something, or how did that happen? I don't understand. What courses?
Yeah, so to be a teacher, you have to do your yoga. Yeah, it's like an actual qualification with an exam, a practical, and all of that stuff. I did my practicals, I think it was last month. Yeah. So with yoga, there are different types of yoga. So depending on the type of teacher that you are and what you've been called to, you gravitate towards that. So you have to be qualified. So you know what you're doing and that you are able to show up as best as you can.
Oh, I thought yoga is just yoga. Like,
Yes.
I need you to understand something. Like, here, I want you to unpack like yoga to a 3-year-old, 5-year-old. I want you to unpack it, like, because personally, after this interview, my goal is to fall in love with yoga by the end of this interview, and like I hope other people get to feel. So I need you to take me step by step, okay?
Okay, not a
Fine. So
problem. We're in the
wait,
same boat.
you became like qualified. You said when? Let's get there. I missed it. Last month. When did
Last
you start your
month.
classes? Oh,
I started
oh, sorry.
2020.
I meant like
That's when I started
hosting your
sharing
own
the
sessions.
practice. Yeah. 2020. Yeah. Can I tell you one thing about calling? Né? It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't. It really just doesn't. Must say figili figili. And it's just like, are you ready to rock or not? I think with my practice, I've really just released the how things are gonna happen. Ngibona sengisendleleni. Oh, okay. And then we go on. Because if you think too much, you would say, am I ready? Am I not ready? You're never going to be ready. You just won't. So roll with the punches and swim in the water. That's how I take
Yoga,
on
like
my practice.
I tried to study it. I realized it's super broad, like way too broad than I've ever thought. But like, what does yoga have to do with anxiety? Like, how does the
Yes.
two mix up? Like, how do you even heal anxiety through yoga? That's crazy.
Anxiety, it's a feeling, and most of the time, it's an emotion, and it's just that feeling of worry and stress, and then there's a buildup of cortisol in the body, right? So with yoga, you're able to release that tension because you know our muscles are like emotional containers. So whatever you're feeling, if you don't release that emotion, it's going to be stored in the muscle. So with the practice, then you're able to create movement in those certain areas in the body, and you're actually able to release those emotions. So, if anything, yoga just helps you release, understand what's going on, and just release those emotions and feel comfortable in your body because anxiety is so uncomfortable and you're feeling out of place in your own body. So with yoga, you're able to find peace within your body, even when you're feeling anxious, even when you're feeling whatever you're feeling. So it's about
It sounds to me like yoga
accepting and
is
releasing.
everything to you before a job. Like, it sounds like it's everything to you before.
Yeah. Yo, when was it? Sometime during the day, I was just like, I am the happiest person in South Africa because I enjoy what I do so much. Like, it does not feel like a job. It doesn't. Ngibona ebusuku ukuthi, hayi bo, ngaze ngiyakhathala. But that's just fatigue, you know. However, when I wake up in the morning, I'm not missing and
No, but
swimming in
like, how do
regret.
you pay your
No.
how do you pay your bills? Because people are still being
Yeah.
introduced to yoga. Is there money?
I don't have one stream of income. Yeah. So with business, you must understand that the first couple of years, everything you make, you pump back in. So that's the best way to grow, and that's what I've learned. So all the money that I make from teaching, I don't eat that money. I don't even know what it tastes like.
I can be.
Just goes back into the practice. Uh-huh. You know,
Is that
but
something you
yes.
grew up with? What kind of family setting did you grow up with?
Are you noting the questions?
Oh, I thought the statement.
Because I'm seeing questions before I answer that. Gibona, is it a
Yeah.
statement? Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Before we
Alright,
move on,
sorry about that.
I think we can just like to part a bit
E-
because it seems like, yeah, before we move on to other things. So I was saying you can
so
clarify
it's a sense
you
of
more.
oh, on that. So okay to say. Doesn't need to hear this. Yeah, you know what? With anxiety, it's really just a feeling, and stress is usually something you feel when you feel like you can't control whatever result, or you don't have control over something, and that's where it comes from. And one thing my psychologist has taught me is that fear and faith are the same thing, but fear is believing in something that hasn't happened that is bad, and then faith is a complete opposite. So that's how I deal with anxiety. Outside of the practice, I understand because okay, I'm feeling stressed about something that has not happened. Where am I going to have my energy flow? Am I going to feed it fear? Well, feed it to fear or feed it to faith? And then I'm able to really
That out.
navigate anxiety.
Which books are you reading?
Yeah,
What did
because
you
I
say?
I go to therapy. I go to therapy. That's what I do.
Shout out. Like,
And that's what helps me.
I don't want to talk about it because I'm gonna get
Thank
a bit
you.
emotional. Tell me about Mageba Wellness. Like, what's Mageba Wellness?
Immaculate Wellness, firstly, is my baby. That's my baby. If anything, that's my child. And it's a brand that is focused on helping people develop healthy habits through yoga and nutrition. Because what's the point of if you're not going to live a like a good life, you know? So I think, well, we believe that everyone can live good quality life through
I got a
nutrition
question.
and through
Do you
exercise.
do you drink? Do you party?
Well, yeah, I don't know if that's safe to answer right here.
Okay, cool.
All I can say is that all I can say is that I act like my age, and me, I'm 26, and I act like a 26-year-old. That's my answer.
Alright, cool. So, like, what do you think is the biggest misconception about yoga?
Yeah. That it's a religion, that it belongs to Hinduism and into Yamandiya, and it's something. If you do certain things, you are praying to a certain god. No, it's far from that. And I think it's part of my job to just help people understand what it is, because at the end of the day, it's ignorance. That's the only reason why people see it as that. It's because they don't know. So, owami umsebenzi is to just reveal what is true and to share what I know, just to destigmatize yoga, because it's such a big industry, like it's massive, and I love that South Africa's new to it, and we are growing into it. But it comes down to just
What
knowledge.
was your
You
biggest
must know.
dream about yoga as a whole? Not your own dream, like about yoga. Where would you like to see it in South Africa?
Yoga in South Africa or my personal journey? Yoga in South Africa. Personally, I want and I would love, and we are working towards having yoga be as accessible as possible. So having yoga in schools, having yoga in the sport industry, having yoga in retirement homes, having yoga in the corporate space, have it be everywhere. It must be like water. It must be very accessible. And not just because it's yoga, but because it comes as a form of healing, and we all need to heal from something. So the whole point is to just make healing accessible. So if yoga can be very easily accessible,
Does this mean like for you to be entertained or interested in yoga, you were going through some things first?
No, I wasn't. Actually, funny enough, I was still living in KZN, and I went and I visited like a reptile park. So that day, I have never seen so many snakes in my life, right? And I had the time of my life. I'm like, yo, I'm getting myself a pet snake, and I just had like a spike of courage. No, don't give me that look. Anyway, so I had a spike of courage, and I'm just like, no man, no one is more brave than me. So I unrolled my mat, and that's how my practice began again. Because with yoga, you have to be the humblest version of yourself. Because ego and yoga, they clash. They clash. And to be humble, you need to be very brave. So I took all of that bravery, and I'm just like, let's rock. And I think everything has not been the same ever since.
Have you initiated any process of introducing yoga to certain schools around your living area?
So, excellent question. I love that. Um, so with yoga, it's so broad, and because it's so new, there's so many different areas that have not been attended to. Like, for example, my specialty is rehabilitation and recovery, and beginner yoga in particular. So I don't cater to small children, for example. Like the type of classes that I teach are more tailored to older people. By older people, I mean like people our age and up. So I think it also comes down to the different teaching styles. But I do know a great company, Moving All, they're implementing AMA programs into different schools. So it's already been initiated. It's just hasn't been initiated by Makeba Wellness, but it's been initiated already. And the aim is to just make it
just to sum it up, like every event you host is under Makeba Wellness, right? Okay, it's comprehensive.
Yeah, me, I'm an employee. That's what
Okay,
I
so like
am
you're
of
an
that brand.
ambassador. What else do you do? Like,
Yeah.
do you have a day job or something like that?
My day job is teaching.
Oh,
Like I full time. Like that's what I do full time. It's either that or no. This is not a side hustle. It was at some point, and I was like, yes, we are ready to grow. So I decided to just talk on my own. And if I'm not teaching, then I'm probably drafting. And that's under, because I
yeah.
think you had mentioned in the caption, Wezu Consulting, and I just specialize in drafting contracts. So if I'm not drafting, I'm teaching. If I'm not teaching, I'm studying. If I'm not
You see,
studying, I'm
this is why
drafting.
I said we
Like
should
that's
take
just
daily
my
steps
life.
with me. So like you teaching yoga, people come to class every day.
It depends. It depends on the client. So I don't have like a studio. I don't teach at a studio. I
Oh,
come to you as a client. If we're not doing a
also
virtual,
different
then
clients,
I'm gonna come to
but obviously
yeah.
some. Oh, I was like, what's going on? So
I think there's such a range of different teachers because there are people who teach at studios and they prefer it that way. For me and the type of clientele that I have, it's not
wait,
practical.
let's say you have a studio right now. People will come and you teach them every day, as in like they come into school
Okay.
every day. If you had a
If I had a studio, I wouldn't say every day. No, not every day. But on a regular basis, yes. I love your facial
no, the thing
expressions,
is
my
like
gosh.
you're taking it to a whole different level
uh,
right now. Because in my
right.
understanding, I thought like is a few techniques or styles, or do they call them asanas or as I don't, yeah, I thought different
Yeah,
asanas.
asana. Yes.
I thought
Yes, you're
it's
right.
actually the same asanas. You just master them, practice until you master them. So when you're saying it's an everyday thing, now I realize that okay, there should be more.
It just comes down to the different styles of yoga. Because there's certain styles where you do the same thing every single class. Every single class. And those are the most difficult ones. But you're able to monitor your progress really well. And then there's some classes where the teacher will have a theme for the class. And then the postures are going to go according to the theme. So it depends on the type of yoga and the type of teacher. For me, I can't teach the same class every single time. As a
Yeah.
creative, I think that's gonna frustrate me a bit. So I like to switch it. And also people's needs are different all the time, eh? Sometimes they need something super strong, sometimes they need something very, very relaxed and easy. So I
Okay,
switch my
so
classes up
you're a
every
nutrition
time.
as well, right? Does that mean each and every client of yours, they get a special diet automatically, or do they have to pay for that service?
I think with the nutrition, it's still under development because it's the product that I provide. It's basic nutrition. Oh, it's okay. I want to live better. What are the basics that I need to do? So the secondary one, that's the one that we're still doing right now. Oh, it's okay. How do we hone it down and how do we make it more specific? And also just consult with different nutritionists and see what's okay. How can we cater to people's
Okay,
needs better?
well answered. Um, you also partner with
Thank
Keynote
you.
Health, right? How does that come about?
No, with Keynote, that's different. It's got nothing to do with the Makeba Wellness, and that's why the two accounts are two different accounts. It's the Makeba Wellness account, and then there's my account. I think with Keynote, it just speaks to my lifestyle. I live a decent lifestyle. I try to take care of myself, and I think the brand aligned with my kind of lifestyle, and that's why we work so well together. Because it's like there's nothing I'm doing that's different. I was probably gonna take supplements either way, and thankfully then I found this particular brand, and they cater to my needs, and
Would
it's
you work with a
alignment.
brand that you don't like just because the cake is good?
I think there's too much money in circulation for me to settle, so I
I think I
wouldn't.
need to understand.
No. Um, there's too much money in circulation. You print money every day, homie. Come on. For me to
I don't want
settle.
to jump the
It makes no sense.
gun. Okay.
No. I can't. I can't. I genuinely feel like your people will always find you. Always. And it's the exact people that you need. So there's never a need to settle. Nje usibangela stress. And mina ngisithanda stress. Yabona? So, yeah, no, I wouldn't.
No problem at all. So,
Maybe in Korea, because I haven't come across like a super big bag. But nah, prof. There's way they're printing I'm a 500 rand. Did you know? When a 500 rand that's roaming around, there's 1,000 rand note that's roaming around, and then I'm gonna settle. I don't play that game. No.
I'm not going to ask any further. I got that loud and so, like, when it comes to relationships, does the person have to be into yoga, or will you recruit the person?
That's so
Okay,
interesting. How would say recruit the person? What do you
let's
mean?
say it's me. Okay, I don't know anything about you. Will I qualify, or will you recruit me and try to teach me yoga first?
Okay,
Dating,
let me
like
understand.
for
Multi
you to date, does
relationships.
the
What are you
person have to
talking
be
about?
online, or
Oh, a romantic relationship. You know what? Personally, I honestly don't care. As long as you take care of yourself and as long as your heart is beating the way it should, that's cool. It's fine. Honestly, as long as I don't have to stress about you getting a stroke and all of that, you don't have to be part of my practice. You don't. I don't even want to cap.
I
No,
I don't
no,
want
no,
to
no,
go
no.
any
You
further.
don't. Mm.
I think was there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Just a compliment. I love your hustlers mentality.
Thank you so much. Siyabonga. So
Okay,
kind.
so now the
Appreciate that.
focus is on tomorrow. Tomorrow there's a big event, Broga, so men can come through. How much is it? And where is it? And where?
It's 200 pounds. Two degrees. It's gonna be in Woodmead. So it's like when we everyone was standing here with standing hill net care. That hospital is a stone throw away from where we're gonna be hosting. So it's gonna be at a very private premises because we want to keep it as intimate as possible. Just to make sure that we're creating a safe space for the men and they're comfortable and they feel safe and they're able to be vulnerable. And that's why we chose that particular venue. And also Woodmead is really nice and it's like quiet and shy more. So we're gonna be there.
How long?
Exing.
So it's a 2 hour session.
From 8 until 10.
Oh, okay, so the damage is 200.
Yes.
Put meat. Okay.
Yes. And the proceeds are going towards buying blankets for the children at New Jerusalem in Midrand.
Okay. Whose foundation is that?
It's a children's home.
It's under government.
So the children's home kuna lapha in Midrand. Yeah. So they've got, you know what? I'm not too sure, yes, but it's been there for a very long time. And they've got, hi Skati, sorry, I just saw Zinand. And they've got 120 kids, 120 children. And you know it's cold, dude. I mean, we're both wearing jackets. Everyone is band, and I thought, you know what? Now they definitely need help. So we're
Yeah,
gonna be
just to get
helping
you out
where
of
we
the
can.
way. You don't look like it's cold where you are. Like, shout out.
You know what? I praise God because I have a very safe and warm home. So, but yes, it is
Yeah.
cold. Yeah. Sorry, Bhutangi, I
Yeah,
didn't see that.
I want to thank you, but
I
I want
didn't
to
see that.
thank you for this conversation. But I think I would love to. There's more to learn. Like I feel like this was within the just above the surface. I would love to talk a bit more about yoga. It seems like it's way deeper than I thought. I would really love to talk about it next.
It is. It is. It's very multi. Yeah. And everyone's experience is very unique also. So I'm always open to have a
So,
conversation about it.
so like,
Always.
what would you say to people who've never been introduced to yoga? What would you say to them to come through, like before we close the show?
What would I say? I would say do what feels right for you, firstly. And before you get into anything, make an effort to figure out what it is. Do your research. This thing of just relying on people to tell you what things are is it's really a bit dangerous. So go out of your way, do your research so that you're comfortable with okay, now when you're committing to the practice, you've got some sort of knowledge and some sort of background and you're not getting into it with your eyes closed, you know, because Sabantu, when we're in a position to teach, we can tell people anything, and most of the time they can believe it. And that's only because of lack of knowledge. So, if you want to go into yoga and you feel drawn to it, do your research. Do your research, and then your people will find you one way or another.
Yeah, so let's go make that money with yoga so that we can have safe homes.
Hey,
Hi.
Nandisi. That's a human right,
Yeah,
okay?
but
That's a
on the other hand,
basic
please
human right.
do save this life. Don't forget. Okay, thank you. I
Oh,
appreciate it. I'm out of it.
this was a fantastic live. I thank you, and I'm very grateful for the interview. It was lovely.
Okay, but sorry.
Ndaba. You can't do that. That's like saying, Sihle, never mind. No,
Nah,
there's
it's
something
fine.
that you
Nah, it's not even okay.
you have my number.
No, I was just
So
reading them.
whatever
Thank you.
questions you
Thank
have,
you.
just hit me
I
up.
appreciate your time. But like for real, I think we should talk about yoga. Like sometimes I think I have like not just me. I think there's a lot to learn. Please.
Uh,
Okay.
always happy
Thank
to
you
share.
again. Thank you.
Always.
I'm out of here.
Bye. Thank you so much for joining, Habibti. Thank you very much. Enjoy your Friday. Bye bye.